WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We are teaming up with several Gray television stations for a night of flood relief. It's the Appalachia Rises Come Hell or High Water telethon. It starts at 7 o'clock, a little less than an hour now, and you can still go watch it in person at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg, or just stay in front of your television here on WYMT. WYMT's Dakota Makris joins us now live with one of the artists participating tonight. Dakota?
Hey, Steve, good evening to you. I'm with Wolfe County's own Tyler Booth, and he's one of the performers here, Eastern Kentucky performers here tonight. Tyler, we were talking before we came on today. You've seen some of the flooding devastation. You even took some supplies to an elementary school in Breathitt County. So as an Eastern Kentuckian, what's it like seeing the devastation firsthand?
It was really bad. I was actually on tour. I was playing down in Louisiana, and I was there for a few days whenever all this happened. And I thought I heard that, there was some flooding or whatever, but I had people in Louisiana telling me about it, and I was like, well, it must be really bad. So of course I called back home and got filled in about everything. And as soon as I could, I got here, and me and my buddy Billy Townsend, we made some meals for a lot of people and got some cleaning supplies from different places. And we saw Buckhorn and 476 and Caney and all these places, and they're just totally devastated. And it's awesome that we can get together and do something like this at the Mountain Arts Center. Appalachia Rises. It's going to be awesome.
Now, I know this is going to be a fun night. I've heard you warm up. I've heard other people warm up. Sort of what can we expect tonight from you in particular?
We'll do some performances. I think I'm going to do about 4 songs, and T. Graham Brown's going to be here, Halfway to Hazard, Taylor Austin Die. Hopefully I'm not leaving anybody out, but it's going to be a great time, and I'm so excited to hear everybody, and there's going to be a live audience, and it's going to be a great time.
Now, maybe some people that are watching this later on WYMT, why is this money that's being raised so important for the long-term flood recovery?
Yeah, so the first few weeks it was all about just getting water and food and clothes and cleaning supplies. All that was so crucial, but now it's like a lot of folks that got their homes taken away, it's like they have no flood insurance, and it's just a lot of money that's going to be required over the long haul to get a lot of things fixed. So I think doing stuff like this is a great start.
All right, perfect. All right, Tyler, well, we have about less than an hour before 7 o'clock kicks off. And again, you can watch the telethon Appalachia Rises right here on WYMT or WYMT.com. And if you'd like to donate, you can call 606-339-8113. Live in Floyd County, I'm Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Tell Tyler I said hello. And it's the first time I think we've done a live interview with him since a little incident at Hillbilly Days back in 2019 where we both got soaking wet. But it's going to be a great night to raise money for flood relief. Again, tune in tonight at 7 o'clock here on WYMT. 1 month after the flooding, and the need for aid is greater than ever. Summit Church here in Perry County has quickly turned into a hub for donations and community assistance. Pastor Mark Combs says the need is still there for non-perishable food and cleaning items, but a new chapter of recovery has started as basic building materials are now in high demand.
More and more people are talking about items that they need to begin to try to rebuild their home. There's quite a bit of talk about, dehumidifiers, obviously, but tools, and then supplies like plywood and lumber and nails and things like that. So that's a lot of the talk now.
Pastor Combs is also leading a convoy of supplies to displaced families at the Carr Creek Campground, and we'll have more on that tonight at 11.
Continuing to watch showers and storms bubble up this afternoon, and as we head into this evening as well, we'll start to see those increase in terms of coverage and in some cases intensity. Outside at the moment from our Mountain Parkway camera at Slade, 88 right now there. You can see blue sky still at least a little bit behind the banner there, but clouds increasing because we're starting to see showers and storms increasing, especially off to the west. Putting it in motion, you see over the last couple of hours, really the last hour, this storm across portions of eastern Madison County. That'll be pushing into Estill County shortly. That'll eventually be heading over toward where that camera is in Slade. Northern parts of Rockcastle County now getting in on the action. Northern parts of Pulaski County. And just popping up within the last few minutes, showers and thunderstorms across portions of Perry, Breathitt, and into Magoffin County. So we're starting to see more showers and storms erupt this afternoon, right along 80, by the way, as you head up toward Prestonsburg. So something we'll continue to watch. The main action has been across the central part of the state all day. But we're not done with the potential for showers and storms yet. You see more forming back toward the Ohio River, back toward West Kentucky. So we'll continue to watch it. Temperatures middle and upper 80s to near 90, but they'll drop once you get some rain in the area. Those dew points won't drop, though, into the 70s. Low 70s tonight. Showers and storms continue with patchy fog possible. I've got the details on everything coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right. Thank you very much, Evan. Well, today was the first day back for most students in Breathitt and Perry County schools. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox has more on how the school systems are hoping to bring some normalcy back to the students' lives.
Today has been long awaited for students in Breathitt and Perry counties.
Today, when they've come in, it's been all smiles. They've been so excited to see their friends. A lot of them have said they've been waiting for this for a long time, you know, just waiting to get back to school.
After a month standing among destruction, students in the area have a better chance to get their minds off tragedy.
But it's really important to have them here, have them interacting with peers, doing the teenage things that they haven't got to do for so long for many different reasons.
From the primary grades to seniors in high school, stories of their experience are told.
I heard some of the kids talking, and one of the things that they really liked is they were able to share their stories with each other already today. You know, regardless if their house was water got close to it or if it took their house away, you know, everybody has a story from this flood.
Marie Roberts Caney Elementary had 80 students that lost their homes. They now all have tubs full of donated items.
At least 5 outfits, a pair of shoes, underwear, socks, and then just whatever, you know, those tubs were full.
And because of attendance, schools can now see how many students still need resources.
One of the reasons we wanted to make sure that we started school back is there's probably students out there that we don't know need resources, and if they didn't show up to school, we know to go out and look for them.
Fugit and Richie both say they are grateful for the donations helping them start back. In Perry County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Buckhorn and Robinson students in Perry County will be starting back a little later on September 6th, the day after Labor Day. The old A.B. Combs Elementary School will house students from both of those schools, which were, of course, heavily damaged by the flood. The Flood Relief Distribution Center, where J.C. Penney's used to be on Black Gold Boulevard in Hazard, is changing its weekend hours. Beginning this weekend, it will be open on Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon, and it will be closed on Sundays. It will also be closed on Labor Day, which of course is a week from today. Addiction is an ongoing issue that continues to plague our region, but there are several treatment and recovery services to help those battling addiction. And today, one underserved community welcomed a women's residential center, and other facilities are coming soon. WYMT's Alyssa Williams explains.
Aiming to serve the women of Hazard and surrounding communities.
And now we're going to have somewhere that's closer to home for them to be able to reside and get treatment.
Before the Beacons of Hope Women's Residential Facility opened its doors on Monday, women seeking residential recovery would have to travel more than an hour away to be treated.
It's hard for a family to travel 2 hours to see visitations and participate in them. Here, they'll be able to have visitations, they'll be able to take part in family therapy. It's really good. It's really good service just for the local area.
But the Beacons of Hope mission isn't ending with the women's facility. There will be a men's facility, a common area, and a withdrawal center in the next year.
We're strive to have a campus type approach where it's a one-stop shop, so to speak. Have, you know, men's facility, women's facility, medical withdrawal management, medically enhanced treatment. I believe it's going to be really groundbreaking, especially for this area.
Those with Beacons of Hope say they are excited to fulfill a vital need in this area.
And from my own unique perspective, I spent 20 years as a police officer, so I've seen firsthand what addiction does to people and their families. And it's just great to see that a service like this is finally coming to Hazard and Perry County.
Aiming to become a beacon of hope for those struggling with addiction. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
In addition to the men's, women's, and withdrawal facilities, those with Beacons of Hope say they would like to offer a sober living facility in the future as well. Governor Andy Beshear made a stop in Louisa today, handing over some funds that Senior Advisor Rocky Adkins called a hand up, not a handout. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about the governor's latest stop in the mountains.
So we're here today to make investments. In this community and all of Eastern Kentucky.
$2.4 million in infrastructure investments.
To get basic operations back in place to lift our people up once again.
Announced by Governor Andy Beshear Monday, Lawrence County officials accepted 4 checks, funding projects aimed at building up and moving forward.
When we look at what makes a community thrive, and this is one that's growing, public safety has to be there. Basic infrastructure has to be there.
From a more than $98,000 school sidewalk project.
There's a lot of our students that travel back and forth. Between here and Meadowbrook, we'll be walking after school, before school, and it provides a safer route for it.
To $1.5 million split between 2 fire departments for rebuilding and remodeling.
Having a facility that you can store your equipment and train is very big.
To another $867,000 devoted to water line extensions, serving 58 families who have never been connected to city water.
This might be the best shot of each and every one of our lifetime to do that.
We're digging out, what you might say, and these funds, any funds that we get is very appreciative.
Governor Beshear says his administration is happy to bring more to the county.
We can bring in that investment. We can ultimately feed those individuals while providing better lives for our people. All of this is going to help create new jobs in this area and create a bright future for Lawrence County.
The county prepares to bring more to the region. In Lawrence County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
After his stop in Louisa, the governor visited Boyd County, where he announced a high-speed internet expansion project to connect 19,000 homes and businesses. The votes are in, and Kentucky apparently has the best police cruisers in the country. KSP beat out cruisers from all 50 states in a contest hosted by the American Association of State Troopers. KSP's picture that won was the one you see there, a Chevy Tahoe from Woodford County. The picture ended up getting more than 65,000 votes. It will be featured on the front of the association's 2023 calendar. This is a repeat victory for KSP. The agency also won last year. The hunt is on for thieves who are making off with ATMs from southern Kentucky stores. It's not just one crime. Police say the thieves are first stealing trucks or vans, then using them to rip out ATMs from stores in Knox, Whitley, and Laurel counties. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the tremendous cost of these crimes.
It's a big risk on their part. I mean, there's a risk they get nothing.
Keith Pruitt says the gamble a crew of at least 3 people took early Sunday morning did not pay off for them, but his store is stuck with a huge repair bill.
So it was just a wasted effort. There was some damage done to the store. The doors were just basically destroyed, and we had a few other things. The store was a mess. They had Red Bull and everything else all over the floors.
Police say the crew stole a truck from Corbin, then broke the store's glass, tied a chain to the ATM, and ripped it out. They attempted to, but failed to get inside it, and it was all caught on surveillance tape.
The alarm was going off, so they knew they had about 20 minutes to get out of here, and that's what they did. They stayed about 20 minutes and left.
Well, I mean, it's desperate individuals and obviously not much morals and values.
Sheriff Mike Smith says 3 ATMs have been stolen from stores there. In each case, they first stole a truck or a van to start the crime. And at a store in Turkey Creek, they stole a church van.
Taking a church van and then committing other thefts with that van.
Smith says the church van was recovered, but the stolen ATMs have not. Police are looking for at least 3 people, possibly all men. So far, there's been similar reports in 3 Kentucky counties and at least 1 in Tennessee.
But the other stores where they've ripped it out, they've got to take it out and they've got to cut it open. They don't have a clue what's in there. It could be $2 or $20. They normally run in $20 allotments on those machines.
Store managers say that in each case, the thieves caused $15,000 to $25,000 in damages. In Knox and Whitley counties, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The Williamsburg store manager says police were a big help to him in reopening the store on Sunday. We'll be right back with a look at the forecast.
WYMT News app.